Miss Ellen was the inspiration that started this walk for her 65 years of service to veterans. The story that I told Shane that day over on the beach of her dedication to veterans and her assistance to Mr. Mike, who we hoped would be here today. Mr. Mike was a veteran that Miss Ellen helped that was in a very bad place. In my opinion, she saved his life. There's no doubt in my mind that he would not be here had it not been for Miss Ellen and her dedication to him. That story inspired Shane to do this walk. On October the 22nd, these guys left from the Lake Nona VA Hospital on a 360-mile journey to be here today. They arrived in Panama City yesterday. They've averaged 22 miles a day, with the exception of the first day that Shane did pull a fast one on them and forced them to walk 46 miles in one day.
Woo! Go ahead. Got him.
They chose to do 22 miles a day to honor those who commit suicide in our military community every day. And they also walked in honor of Miss Ellen Gilbert. Woo! Miss Ellen is a member here at Unit 392, and she's had a lifetime of service to our veterans. In my opinion, what you have done in sacrificing your time away from your homes, your families, and your jobs for the last 21 plus days to raise awareness for homeless veterans is one of the most selfless acts that I have personally ever seen in my last 4 years of being involved in the American Legion. Hey Shane, would you like to come forward and say a few words for me?
It's a lot harder to receive it than to give it, you know.
Come on.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
Got him.
I made it the whole way. A lot of people don't know my story. Excuse me. You know, there was a lot of really hard times that I had to endure by myself. Probably didn't have to. I chose to because I'm hard-headed like that. You know, these guys I've served with, it's so hard to get out and find friends and explain to them what you had, whether they're knuckleheads or not, or whether I spent my entire Marine Corps career taking care of them, keeping them out of Mexican jails. And just as recently, you know, helping Q through a situation where he didn't want to live anymore. And, you know, I call him out like that because it's important to know that there's a lot of military out there that they go through that stuff. And today, we're at the homeless mission, and I was giving a speech there. And one of the homeless people came up to him and said, "Hey, what's that band that you're wearing? You know, it's the hotline for the suicide." Q had, you know, 2 of them on there, and he said, "Here, why don't you take one of them?" And the guy said, "I think you just saved my life today." Q said to me when he first met me, he sat down, he said, "I was going to bring the bullet that the day you got a hold of me, saved me from me taking my own life, because you asked me to be part of this project." This is what we do, right? Mm-hmm. We can't depend on anybody else to do it for us. You know, it's us. It's what it's all about. 18 years, and I can make one phone call and have guys fly across the country to be right beside me.
Amen.
You know, I pushed them pretty hard. You know, they tore their feet up, and you know, Sean went 3 weeks without pay, almost lost his job. You know, sacrificed his own money. You know, they're knuckleheads, but they'll do anything in the world for you, and you can't put a price on that. I have my family and, you know, my little girl that means the world to me. And I sleep really, really well at night knowing that. This last 3 weeks just, I don't want to say changed my life. I think it just really filled that black hole that I had. To know that they're there. They're always there. And again, once you once you realize that, it makes everything perfect. So, you know, I can't thank you guys enough for everything that you've done, you continue to do. You know, I love you guys.
We love you too.
Love you too, man.
And then on a personal note, I want to say I love all you guys. I've gotten to know you over three weeks, and now in person, some of y'all already knew. And y'all will always be my brothers, and we'll always be here for you to support you.
You know, Miss Ellison's been doing this for 65 years. You know, one little walk does not equate to 65 years of sacrifice for military veterans. And, you know, she was inspiring to me to be able to put this project together with the team that I have. And I thought that, you know, that we at least had to present her with something to show our appreciation for what she's done for the last 65 years. And Miss Ellen, it's never going to be enough. You know, I hope that what we did here puts you at some ease at nighttime, knowing that we're carrying the torch the best we can, and that we can even remotely live up to the standards that you've set. This says, Miss Ellen Gilbert, on behalf of the Booyah Veteran Bus Project, thank you for being a much-needed angel to veterans in need. You look good.
This is so humbling to be chosen to represent this group. And my children have been very, very supportive and helpful in helping me get places I needed to be, and help me keep my truck going and keep it in good condition where I could drive it. It only has 330-some thousand miles on it.
The fact that you made that sacrifice and you did it, you know, and coming out, man, I can't thank you enough. I wanted to present you with a plaque that we had made for you. It says, to Corporal Richard McEwen, for your selfless dedication to hike 360 miles to raise awareness for veteran homelessness, on behalf of the Booyah family. So this is for you, brother.
I wouldn't have missed being right where I'm at for nothing in the world, for anybody else. Because of him, like he said, you don't really realize what a see what you did?
Oh yeah, got it.
What a homeless veteran or somebody returning from war, or gets sucked out and trapped on the streets, the psychological and physical abilities that they're challenged with. I came from a different perspective, but got spun and twisted into the same environment psychologically and physically. So I can relate on those issues. And if it wasn't for him that day, who knows? And he reached out and told me, suck it up, Buttercup. You know, heal. I need you. And here I am today. You know.
All right, so Moore is I don't even know where to start with him. You know, again, I've known him forever, and he and I's probably had the closest bond of anybody I've served with in the military. He'll never say it, and that's what I love about him, but he's the nicest badass I've ever met in my life. I brag on him all the time because the accomplishments he's done in the military career, to me, are amazing. You know, you're talking about, you know, someone that served in the Navy, you know, went through BUDS training, served in the Marine Corps, becoming force reconnaissance. I wouldn't be here without him, and I think it's vice versa. And he literally took no pay for 3 weeks and told his job they could shove it because he was going to be there if I needed him. Look, if there's anybody that you want on your six, it's this guy. I could go on all day about this guy, but I won't embarrass him anymore. I know I'm breaking him down. But I just wanted to say that I love you, dude. I can't thank you enough for everything that you did. I'm always here. I love you.
when we started to put the project together, we needed someone to drive the RV. It happened like last minute. We had some people that kind of bailed out on us, and you know, he chimed up and said, "Hey, I'll drive it." So we're like, "Great, this is awesome." You know, at first, being guys that we served, you know, together, we were kind of like, "Oh, Navy, we don't know." You know, that's usually the women's department. We're the men's department. Listen, I'm telling you, this guy is awesome. He really did. He was there. There were some times where, you know, if we didn't have him, we wouldn't have been able. We'd have been on the street, literally sleeping. You know, I don't think we thank him enough. We try to, but then we get caught making fun of him. It's just so much fun. But with Charles and the sacrifice he made, and with Lucy, you know, yesterday Lucy expressed to us, you know, the sacrifices that we made. And I'm sorry I got to call you out. I know you hate me for it, but you know, Lucy came to this country and looks at it as a different perspective. You know, she looks at it with just so much heart, so much pride, to the point that she's going to cry because she appreciates what we do, and she's not military. You know, you're just freaking awesome, dude. You've done some really cool stuff. You've helped us a lot. You've drank entirely too much coffee. But you know, we wouldn't have been able to do this without you. I hope you know that.
All I can say is that, you know, I met these three guys, especially these two guys, basically the day I showed up, and now I'm walking away with lifetime friends. That's just how it is.
All right, I got two more. Ross and MJ, come on up. Ross and I actually went to high school together. We haven't spoken in probably 20 years. He started to follow along in the project as we were putting it together, thanks to Charles and Lucy from a social media standpoint. Ross can explain who he is. I don't, you know, I don't want to throw that title around, but this is somebody that I knew in high school in a small town that literally just said, "Hey, I'll help you," another vet. And along the way, hooked us up. I mean, took care of us at his home, while he's working his job, newly married, called every RV place to make sure we were squared away for the night, called every food place around us to make sure we were taken care of. If we needed something, I mean, it wasn't but just a second he would take care of it. And I hadn't spoken to this gentleman in 20 years. I mean, just like that. Army, Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force automatically came together. Right? So in honor of that, you know, Ross, you know, I can't say thank you enough. I know it comes from all the guys. I know for a fact I speak for them. You know, you took care of us and you hooked us up, and you know, your story's amazing, and you know, I can't thank you enough, man. Really, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
I did for you guys. What we're going to do for them.
Come on. All right, so then we've got MJ. So MJ works for my mortgage side and is like Supergirl. She's done a tremendous amount. She's helped so much. She's been there no matter what. If you need something, you give her a call. She gets it taken care of. She's in true support of what she does. She's obviously the wife of, you know, an active duty military. You know, she puts her best foot forward at all times. And if you know MJ, I don't think I've ever met anybody that doesn't like MJ. You know, she's just an all-around good person, family military, and you know, we can't say enough good things about what she does for our company. I can't thank you enough for everything that you do. You know, I really, really appreciate it, and I know the guys, you know, really appreciate everything that you do, and then the veterans and the community out there appreciate it. So,
just a few words. Shane is to the T, 110% the hero definition that he gave a couple of minutes ago. He won't take credit for it. He's a stubborn ass. That's all I have to say. So Don't worry, I'm not expensing this, but I got you a plaque.
All right, so, finally, we made it, but this is only the beginning, and it's definitely not enough. And I'll leave you guys with this story that we had on the trip. In 425 miles, not one AMVETS, VFW, or American Legion reached out to us, with the exception of this post.
Oh my God. Wow. Really?
Brian Shane.
I had an American Legion 1 show up to an RV park. And they came up to me, started to tell me about how their American Legion was so great because of their bar. They raised $500,000 in a town where there's 40,000 veterans with turkey shoots. That's a lot of turkey shoots. And I said, wow, that's amazing, $500,000. What are you going to do with that money? Well, we got this really good 80 by 100 building we're going to build. Okay. What are you going to do with that building? Well, we're going to have the cheapest beer in town. We're going to play bingo, and we're going to have karaoke night. And I said, that sounds like a good time. $500,000 bar in a little bitty town. If anybody that knows me knows I will eat you for breakfast when it comes to those kind of conversations. Right? I'm nice now. But by the time I finished with that dude, he left with his tail between his legs. You don't know your executive summary. You don't know the mission statement. You don't know why the American Legion was around, or VFW, or AMVETS. You don't know why it was built or put together. You can't explain to me how you're helping or what you're doing other than you're giving me the cheapest beer in town. Considering I don't drink, that doesn't really do me any good. So if I wanted to bring my family up there, if I wanted to come up there and find out about how I get better VA benefits, what do? Where do I go? You got $500,000. Why are we not out there taking initiatives to help our younger military? We are the largest, most dominating military in the world. There's a reason for that. But when we get out, we get this sense of give me, because I'm hurt. Give me, because I have these issues. That's just stupid. When Marines are walking across the entire state of Florida to raise awareness for something that someone 80 years old is doing, that's ridiculous. That's not a hero. I don't get a thank you for that. That's just stupid I even had to do that. I had to go through all of that, spend the money, raise funds, do all this different stuff just to get people aware of guys like Mr. Mike that are sick. That's stupid. Shame on us in the military community for allowing that to happen. How many veterans are killing themselves every single... Right now, what are we at, 11 already? Dead. But I got the cheapest beer in town. That's not how it works, people. You are the people. You are the voice. Together, we do more. Stop laying the responsibility on someone and then getting mad that they're not doing it. I do not ever remember a time in my service, and I cannot speak for other branches, where that ever happened. I called my buddies. I called my brothers. Boom. They show up. We make it happen. 425 miles. What's up? We want to build a nonprofit? Done. We build it. We want to raise money? Done. We do it. Did I ask anybody for permission? I don't think so. That's not what I do. That's not my style. So if 3 of us can do this, imagine what all of us can do. And that's the difference. This post is awesome. You guys are fantastic in everything that you do. I cannot tell you enough thank you. I mean, it's just amazing to watch you guys. And going in these different ones and experiencing, having conversations, I have yet to run into one that's like your guys' post. Y'all are just phenomenal, so thank you.
I'm sorry that you had that experience with the American Legion, wherever that was, but I tell you that 392, that is not our game. That is not what we're here about.
All right, I want to thank everybody for coming out today, especially these guys here. We were looking very forward to having you here and hope that you had a great welcome.